started first match in May 2002. There's been quite a lot of changes over the past 10-11 years while I've been involved, mainly for the better, for the good. Guys have got a lot more professional. There's a lot higher standard of talent in the UK now as well, and also we are seeing some big shows. There've been ups and downs in business, but there's some big shows consistently happening in the UK, and it's great to be a part of. Favourite opponent? It varies because I've wrestled so many different guys that at different times I'll pick a certain someone. At the moment I'll say someone like Rampage Brown. He's fantastic to wrestle. He's real hard hitting, real tough. I enjoy my matches with him. Apart from that, had good times with Rockstar Spud. Who else can we say? Oh, there's tons of guys. Zack Sabre Jr., for instance, real great wrestler, and I've always enjoyed working with Zack. And it's a shame that we've not had a chance to do it more over the past 3-4 years. It's been very sporadic, but those are like a couple of the guys I can name off the top of my head right now. Yeah, wrestling all different guys with different styles just comes from, you know, experience and training, and I think sometimes just what you kind of take an interest in. For me, when I started wrestling, I had a big interest in not only the British style, but the, you know, Western American style and also the Japanese style. And I've been fortunate enough, and it often seems that a lot of the time when the top Japanese talent are around, that I end up you know, wrestling with them and working them. Guys like Takeshi Morishima, who's an absolute huge individual. Takeshi Segura as well, GHC champion at the time. Guys like that, Go Shiozaki. I end up wrestling those guys when they tend to come to this country, and I think it's something I've managed to adapt myself to pretty well. And it's something that for me, it's a challenge still. There's certain styles which I find easier, some which I find harder. Well, not necessarily harder, but some that I just enjoy the challenge of more. And it seems, for me, it's more about creativity. And definitely the Japanese style is one of those styles that's very different, very hard hitting, and it's something that I want to, that I enjoy being able to do. And you know, it's an honour to take on some of the best in the world in terms of those guys I've just mentioned. As far as the British style goes, something you don't see a lot of, to be honest, on shows up and down the UK, but you know, it's got to try and be preserved. It's because it's a tremendous wrestling style, and I've been fortunate enough to wrestle some of the absolute greats in terms of Johnny Kidd, James Mason, who are absolutely brilliant to work with. They're just so fluid. They're like, you know, they're like running water. They're so good, and I've managed to learn quite a lot from them. And going back over the years, as I said, for people who influenced me and people who I looked up to, and you look at guys like Mark Rocco and Fit Finlay, and you know, Dave Taylor, William Regal, all those guys who've really stood out at the top, and even down to the guys who were really fantastic submission wrestlers, Johnny Saint, Jim Breaks, you know, guys like that who have all influenced me in some way, and I try to, no matter who I wrestle, where I wrestle, I always try to leave a little bit of that imprint in what I do. And I'll try and put little bits of the British style into what I do, and adapt it to wherever I go to make myself unique, and also to keep that style alive, because it's something that, as a British wrestler, it's something that you should be proud of, and it's something I'm really proud of. Oh, it's absolutely paramount. No matter who your opponent is, you've got to be at your best. No matter what show you go to, no matter where it is in the world, you have to be at your best. And for me, I've got a certain style, a certain way I like to wrestle, and for me, that, you know, it mirrors itself in the training I do, not just in the ring on a daily basis, but outside the ring in terms of in the gym. And for me, it's all about core movements, squatting, deadlifting, bench press, power cleans, all your core movements, and big heavy lifts as well. For me, it's about strength and being as powerful as possible, and that, because that's one of the attributes that I was, I was born with that kind of thing. I've got a frame built for strength, so I try to accentuate that as much as possible. And then when it comes to working out in the ring, that's where the cardio side of, the business comes in. You've really got to keep on top of that. I was looking to further my education in professional wrestling, and I looked at a few places as to where I could go to expand my knowledge, and I ended up getting some advice from Eugene, Nick Dinsmore, Al Snow, Doug Basham, when they were over on tours of the UK, and I was quite lucky to spend a lot of time around those guys, training with them and working them on shows, and they gave me a lot of good advice, and it was really the gateway to training with Rip Rogers at OVW, and once I spoke to those guys, they kind of made my mind up for me that that was the place for me to go, and I went over there and spent several months over there, and it was amazing. It really opened my eyes. It really, for me, it really progressed me a whole hell of a lot in such a short period of time, because Rip is so smart that he added so much to what I do, and things that I didn't realise that I wasn't doing, or things that I was doing that needed changing, and he picked up on every little bit of what I was doing wrong, what I was doing right, and kept drilling me day in, day out, and giving me things to work on, and that really helped round me and added a lot to what I do, and I'm grateful I got to spend the time there and learn so much from such a great coach. They're all great athletes for starters. Think about Prince Devitt, a huge star in Japan, becoming a huge star internationally really, and he's a great athlete, in great shape, puts on real exciting matches, and more importantly he's a cool guy to be around. He's really relaxed and really a likeable fellow. So as for Zack, again, tremendous athlete, absolutely phenomenal mat wrestler, and that's something that I don't often get a lot to do a lot, but when I'm working with Zack, it's something I really like to get my teeth into and do, because it's good for me, because I get to it keeps me on my toes, and it ups my game, trying to out wrestle one of the best mat wrestlers in the world, and obviously away from the ring as well. Zack's hilarious. He's an absolute great guy. Good guy when he's drunk, lots of fun. Not that we get drunk often, but when we do have the chance and whatever, he's a good guy to be around, and quirky, fun, great laughs, in Germany, places like that. As for Adam Cole, he's one of the guys I've not worked, who I really want to work, same as Devitt. And again, an absolutely tremendous athlete. He's doing real well over in the States with the big companies, Ring of Honor, PWG. Got real superstar look to him, and he's just again he's got time in the ring, looks absolutely phenomenal, and that's something that I really want to test and really want to be a part of. And like I say again, when he comes over to these shores, we get a chance to hang out. He's another cool guy to hang out as well. Does a great impression of Vince McMahon and JR as well, so call him on that one. For the future, I just want to keep on improving who I am in terms of an in-ring performer, as an athlete. Try and just keep training hard, keep working hard, and hopefully keep pushing myself towards one of the big companies in Japan or one of the big companies in America, and really dedicate myself to that, because at the end of the day, it's still some people forget it's a business and a job, but it's if it's your job and your business, and we are professional athletes, then it's up to us to be the best we can be and be performing on the biggest stages possible, and that's something that we all got to strive towards, and that's something I'm striving towards myself for the future.